Hi folks, it's been a while since I've done one of these little reviews afterwards. I want to give some context before I got into what I liked, what I disliked. This was at the butt end of a 3-day little camping trip, and I had a little bit of time before before I had to be back home, back in the massive society, and so I had known about this cabin, known it was in the area, I've been here before. I had my gun in the car. I figured I'm just going to go there, and I pulled up, and I was like, oh, you know what, I have my GoPro on me. I have both my GoPros. I should toss it on and maybe even record this. Most things I record, at least recently, have just been for me to look at, and then I decide halfway through, yeah, I could probably get this on YouTube. So that's the background, of course. Camping. There were a lot of campers nearby, so I wanted to be in and out pretty quick. Just make this hasty. Maybe not speed. Speed might not be the right word in the cons. I think hasty is. So, first and foremost, what I liked, you just saw my reload a minute ago. I thought that was pretty cool. I primarily practice retention drills, so just tossing that mag out, getting it ready for the emergency reload, I thought was pretty cool. Another pro that I should have put on here, I liked how I was shooting around the corners, trying to clear them. I know there were a few spots, especially you'll see here in a moment when I first entered the building, where I should have just cleared with my gun instead of my head. It was stupid. There's only so much you can do as a single person, you know, kind of limited by that. Cons, I put this as a pro at first. It's not something I really controlled, but I'm glad that I jammed right here. Oh my goodness. That jamming, it was cool because, you know, it's not something you can really plan for. I'm glad that blanks in 22 jam a lot, well, more than standard ammo for me. So I'm able to practice it. Not everything goes to plan. Speed and hastiness is what I put on here. I am fat again, man. I weighed myself last night when I got home, and I'm 7 pounds heavier than when I left. Big ol' fatty. I don't think it's before I left. I might have been a few pounds heavier then too, but yeah, this summer's not been treating me well with this heat. I haven't been getting out as much. I would love to work on that, especially, I can't give too much context about what I was doing before this, but it's why I'm harping on my own speed quite a bit. It's something that can always be trained and that I want to keep working on. The next thing that I have on here is barrel length. Now, that's kind of weird, but I've thought about this a lot throughout the past 1.5 to 2 years, and my rifle, for anyone who's thinking it might look weird, it's not just like the distortion of the camera, it's a 20-inch barrel, which I originally had gotten because I was a young kid, and I thought, well, Eugene Stoner made it that way, so that's how it's ought to be ran, which, I mean, isn't wrong. The system's just changed so much since then, where you run into like timing issues. As well, it's just not practical for things like getting out of vehicles right here. CQB, man, no. I prefer the term MOUT, Mobile Operations in Urban Terrain. Hey, it sounds cool. It'd be, you get more when you look that up doctrinally. But I do think I'm going to swap back within the near future to a 16-inch barrel. Just because it's a lot easier to control. Thanks, MF Doom, I appreciate you. The last thing here that I think, you know, if I had planned this out more, thought it would have been good for a YouTube video, is just having targets. A lot of where I was shooting, like right there, it's in the nooks and crannies where an enemy could be. The next time I do something like this, I'm probably going to hide targets around this cabin and in the local tree line for when I push up. But yeah, I had a good time here. I will be doing this again. I'm glad I was able to do this impromptu, finish out the weekend strong. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any other critiques, when I'm looking at this list in front of me, I'm like, man, this looks pretty lame. But if you have other critiques, please feel free to let me know. I would like to change this. I'm always growing, always changing. Change quite a bit. So thank you guys. God bless you. Have a good weekend. Who knows? Bye-bye.